Hello, my name is Chris and I will review the 2021 Subaru Ascent. This midsize crossover, or SUV, the lines blur in the midsize segment. It is the category of vehicles of which Ross has no problems getting testers for. I'll look at the exterior, interior, and get it on the road and explain to you why Ascent is a perfectly reasonable choice in this highly competitive segment. The Subaru has a standard appearance, and I think it's closer to Pilot in that it is designed to pass under the radar, a look that many people want. There are 4 trims: Base, Touring, Limited, and Premier. This is the limited version. It has everything you need. Critically, it has a great 14-speaker 792-watt HK sound system, leather seats, full driving aids, and the all-important 20-inch wheels that buyers in this segment seem to want. As you can see, the Ascent has lots of room and is available with captain's chairs. The third row is a mid-size perk, but when you do not use them, they fold down and you have tremendous room, though it doesn't really replace a minivan. The interior is very roomy with a tremendous greenhouse. The seating room is plentiful and the ergonomics are first-rate and easy to use, a key Subaru quality. Although I've never owned a Subaru, I've noted many happy Subaru owners, despite a little bit of anxiety about high repair costs down the line. At $48,000 Canadian, this Limited is well priced for the equipment offered. The 10-way power seat is supremely comfortable. I love a good seat, and I like the leather quality and its feeling of durability. I also love the two-tone color scheme of this interior, and the power of the 4-cylinder turbocharged engine is plentiful. Standard in all Ascents is 3-zone climate control. Subaru is evidently concerned for your comfort. Overall though, the design language of this interior is like the exterior, more functional than pretty. The infotainment is easy to use with beautiful image quality and has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Once again, I have to mention the sound quality and quantity is above average. This easy to use midsize SUV feels so familiar so quickly. I love these Subaru test drives because that ease of use stands out every time. This is the kind of vehicle that will lighten the load of your daily grind, and in this respect, it is very much like Honda products. The engine is a 4-cylinder 2.4-liter turbo engine that makes 260 horsepower and 277 pounds of torque and does 11.6 liters in the city and 9 liters on the highway, and the EPA says it does 26 mpg. The CVT is designed to mimic gear shifts, though that does defeat the purpose of the CVT. Here are my thoughts on the road. Hello car lovers driving the 2021 Subaru Ascent. What to say about this vehicle? Well, it's a mid-size SUV, and this category is, I find, one of the categories where all its competitors are doing it very well. There are no weak members in the category. I find it very difficult to shop in this category because they're all so similar with slight differences. I think we can attribute Subaru with some of these slight differences in terms of the exterior styling. If we look outside, the style is very Subaru. It looks different from everyone else. It's distinct. It's very conservative. I don't think it's very good looking. It's very conservative, and it has sort of like this bigness to it. It is a mid-size SUV, lots of room in back, lots of room on the second row, lots of room here in front, huge. Ross and I aren't rubbing elbows, lots of room for my legs. Great visibility. This is a Subaru trait that I think is one of the most unsaid in reviews and one of the most attractive. Just the pure visibility. Looking here on the sides, huge. These windows are enormous. Looking in back, no problem. One of the most highly visible exterior views of the competition. So on that level, for those of you who want that, it's good. Sitting up way high, before we're driving next to a RAV4, it looks puny compared to us. So really a big vehicle. Inside notes now, the suspension, it is soft. I was hitting some of Lachine's worst roads before and it was taking them with grace. It never makes any mistakes, so really a high level suspension. Like, it doesn't feel like too top heavy, though Ross does make the remark that the steering wheel, there is a little bit of slack in it. The first 1 or 2 inches of turn don't really affect the outcome of the trajectory, and it's maybe a little too loose, so that was a good remark on his part. Infotainment, very easy to use. The graphics, it's just an 8-inch screen, but the graphics are sharp, the colors are clear, big icons when you're navigating through the menus, hard touch buttons that are redundant for the volume, tune, and home knob. Also the selectors such as radio, map, apps, media, very good on that level. The climate control, simple. They're not luxurious like let's say a Telluride. However, they are very easy to use. That translates from Subaru model to Subaru model. Once you're used to one Subaru model, you're used to all of them, and it's very familiar and very easy to learn. I've noticed. What about the interior quality of the materials? Very good. There's a very tight assembly here. I would say perhaps the presentation isn't beautiful, but it is class appropriate. There's nice stitching here on the dash. There's nice stitching here, two tones of colors. There's like a leather or leatherette material here that's beige. It offsets well of these grays. I have no complaints on that level. The steering wheel, I will say, is a little bit cheap. It's not heated. On the top, only in the bottom three quarters. The steering wheel leather is average and the thickness of the rim is average. So on that level, key driver interface, that is average. For example, you could find the steering wheel on an Impreza, and we are in a $50-something thousand vehicle. On a cloudy day like today, you really feel the benefit of these giant panoramic roofs. It lets in a lot of natural light. In other vehicles which don't have panoramic roofs, it kind of gets dark on cloudy days inside these big vehicles. So kudos to Subaru for that. I would have to say that the sound and wind noise is average. The power is very good from this 4-cylinder turbo, though it just seems to me that at a vehicle this weight, go V6. I mean, when the turbo is solicited, it's not better gas mileage than let's say a V6, and it's always being solicited. Unless you're cruising perfectly straight on the highway, then you might save a liter of gas per 100 kilometers. So I'm not too sure about the benefits of a 4-cylinder turbo on a big vehicle like this. Ross echoes that remark. I would have to characterize this product as highly competent, recommendable on the lease, recommendable also on the short to medium term purchase. And I was driving in the small roads of Lachine where there was still a lot of snow and ice, and it seemed that the wheels, I couldn't get the wheels to slip. I was driving like I was driving on asphalt. So the 4-wheel drive system really evident in snowy conditions. And I think that's where Subaru has most of its sales. It's above the snow line, right? Why would you buy this vehicle in Florida? You're going to buy it in the Midwest, you're going to buy it in the East, you're going to buy it in Canada. Anywhere where there's snow, I find the 4-wheel drive is really sophisticated and highly effective. So those are my thoughts on the very good Subaru Ascent. By the way, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it, don't like it. And if you really like it, well then of course you should subscribe, and you can click on the notifications, or better yet, you can follow me on Instagram. I post pictures every time I come out with a video, and I always come out with videos on Saturdays in the morning, and I will come out with more videos sometimes, and it will come out during the week, but always one coming out on Saturday morning. And that is the review.